Okay, so these are the two bolts that came out, top and bottom. This orange stuff is like a symbol of some sort of thread locker, so I'm going to put this Permalock high strength thread locker. So just going to stick a little bit of where it was in the original bolts, just a little bit on the thread, and whack them in. And yeah, they're self pretty much locating, so just need to put it on that pretty much a steel dowel, and then get your bolts ready. A nice painted cover, or it's like a dust jacket really, plastic cover on it, and new angle sensor. Looks good. Okay, next is harmonic. So next is the harmonic balancer. Now, if no one knows about these much, like me, and you have to learn a bit, do they go on a certain way? Yes. But they can only go on one way on these ones. If you look close, you've got a big divide. Just there. There's a locating point for them. I'm going to see if I'm going to upload some pictures on this video, and I took some photos of the inner, and you can see a lug easy. And yeah, a good torch or a camera can easily find where the point where they slide onto. So next, it's going in. That's on. Let's see, I think it's 24 mil, the center bolt. I've got to just do some checks on how tight that's got to be, but in the meantime, right next to my divvy, here's my divvy. Just want to give this a bit of a cosmetic because it's a bit faded the way it is, so I'm just going to cover up these stickers and just give it a bit of a clean up, and then get back into it. Okay, there's a few ways you can do this with this center bolt. Rattle gun, which I've got, which I rattled. 2, there's a torque wrench and specs, but a rattle gun, it can be just as good. I won't give the best advice, but it's not going to come off with a rattle gun, very unlikely. And there's another way of somehow jamming the flywheel. Then you've got a lot of D.I.Ys where you can get wood and lots of other different things you can read on Google. Just put harmonic center bolt torque, how to tighten it. But for me, a rattle gun, that should be fine. Yeah, so I've put the belt. Now, good thing what I did with photos, if you don't know how this goes, like obviously there's a ribbed side and there's a nice smooth side. So the smooth sides normally hit the smooth wheels. When you see that they got ribs on that side, ribs meet the ribs. It's like a grip for both. So what I did is I took photos of each section of it going around, and then just piece the pictures together and make sure it goes down. And you gotta, yeah, like you took it off, you pull this down to loosen it, but it's good to have the belt more high up to just do it on the small one rather than say make it push it down and do it on a big one. It's always better on the top ones to pull it off. And make sure they're all in line. Brand new belt, first time. Brand new crank angle sensor. Harmonic balancer, I even blackened off a little bit more. And next will be the thermo fan, which I cleaned up and detailed. So I'll stick that in now. Not good, not good. I've practically replaced everything. Still won't start. I'm lost. I'm lost today. I've done spark plugs, leads, coils, crank angle sensor, fuel pump, fuel filter, injectors. Check the fuses, all good. Maybe it's time to swap out the engine. What else can I do? I'm lost. I gotta stop it there.